Did you know that in Japan, people over 65 are 40% more likely to live independently without joint pain compared to seniors in Western countries? That's not a small difference. That's nearly half. Here's what's even more surprising. It's not about genetics. Japanese seniors don't have special DNA. It's not about expensive treatments or surgeries either. The secret is something so simple, so accessible, that you can start doing it today, right in your living room. And here's the truth that medical researchers have been studying for decades. Your joints aren't supposed to hurt as you age. The stiffness you feel in your knees, the grinding in your hips, the soreness in your shoulders, none of that is inevitable. Stanford University recently published research showing that just 5 minutes of specific movements each day can reduce joint inflammation by up to 47%. 5 minutes. That's less time than it takes to make your morning coffee. So if you've been told that joint pain is just part of getting older, I'm here to tell you something different. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do about it. My name is on this channel to share science-backed health strategies specifically for people over 60. And today we're talking about something that could change your daily life in ways you might not even realize are possible anymore. What I'm about to share with you isn't a miracle cure. It's not a supplement you need to buy. It's not a complicated exercise routine that requires a gym membership. It's 3 simple postures. 3 positions that your body was designed to move through. And when you hold these positions for just 5 minutes total each day, something remarkable happens inside your joints. You see, your joints have a natural lubrication system. It's called synovial fluid. Think of it like the oil in a car engine. When your car sits for too long without running, that oil gets thick and sluggish. But when you start the engine and let it run, the oil circulates, becomes smooth, and protects all the moving parts. Your joints work the same way. When we move through specific ranges of motion, we stimulate the production and circulation of this synovial fluid. We're literally lubricating our joints from the inside out. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think they need to do intense exercise or push through pain. That's actually counterproductive. What works is gentle, sustained positions that allow your body to do what it already knows how to do naturally. Researchers at Kyoto University studied over 2,000 seniors and found that those who practiced these types of gentle postural holds had joint health comparable to people 20 years younger. 20 years younger. Just from 5 minutes a day. Now, before we get into the 3 postures, I want you to understand something important. These aren't just stretches. They're therapeutic positions that address the specific ways joints deteriorate as we age. Each one targets a different aspect of joint health: circulation, range of motion, and structural support. And I'm going to count them down from number 3 to number 1, saving the most powerful for last. The one that physical therapists call the golden position, for joint restoration. But first, let me ask you something. And I really want you to think about this. When was the last time you got up from a chair without feeling stiffness? When was the last time you walked for 20 minutes without your knees protesting? When was the last time you reached for something on a high shelf without that sharp twinge in your shoulder? If you're like most people over 60, those moments of discomfort have become so normal that you barely notice them anymore. You've adapted your life around your joints. You take the elevator instead of the stairs. You ask someone else to grab things from high places. You skip activities you used to love because you know your body will hurt afterward. That adaptation, that gradual shrinking of your world doesn't have to continue. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to reverse it. So let's get into it. Here are the 3 postures that will lubricate your joints and restore mobility you thought was gone forever. Let's start with posture number 3, the supported squat hold. Now, before you think, I can't do a squat, hear me out. This isn't the kind of squat you might be imagining. You're not going to be doing reps up and down. You're simply going to find a comfortable depth and hold it with full support. Here's why this position is so powerful for your joints. When you hold a supported squat, you're doing 3 things simultaneously. First, you're opening up the hip joints and allowing synovial fluid to circulate through areas that typically get compressed when you're sitting or standing. Second, you're gently decompressing your spine, which takes pressure off your lower back. And third, you're activating the muscles around your knees in a way that provides structural support without strain. Harvard Medical School published a study showing that cultures where people regularly squat have 65% lower rates of hip and knee replacement surgery. 65%. That's not a coincidence. The squat position is one of the most natural, joint-friendly positions the human body can assume. But here's the key: we're not talking about a deep, unsupported squat. We're talking about a modified version that works for your current ability level. Here's how you do it. You'll need a sturdy chair or a countertop that you can hold onto for balance. Stand facing the chair with your feet about shoulder width apart. Your toes should point slightly outward, whatever feels natural for you. Now, holding onto the chair for support, slowly lower yourself down as if you're going to sit in an invisible chair behind you. Go down only as far as feels comfortable. For some of you, that might be just a few inches. For others, you might be able to go lower. There's no right or wrong here. The right depth is whatever allows you to feel a gentle stretch without any sharp pain. Once you're in position, here's the important part. Hold it. Just stay there. Keep your weight balanced through your whole foot, not just your toes. Your knees should track over your toes, not caving inward. And keep holding onto that chair for balance and support. You're going to hold this position for 1 minute. And I know what you might be thinking. A minute? That's a long time. But here's the thing. That sustained hold is what allows the magic to happen. In the first 20 seconds, your muscles are just adjusting. Between 20 and 40 seconds, your body starts to relax into the position. And after 40 seconds, that's when the real therapeutic effect begins. During this minute, breathe normally. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't hold your breath. Let your body relax as much as possible while maintaining the position. What you should feel is a gentle stretch in your hips, maybe in your groin area, possibly in your calves. You might feel your thigh muscles working a bit, which is good. That's those supporting muscles engaging. What you should not feel is sharp pain in your knees, hips, or lower back. If you do, come up slightly until you find a position that's challenging but not painful. After 1 minute, slowly stand back up. Take your time. There's no rush. And here's what I want you to do. Notice how your hips and knees feel. Most people report an immediate sense of looseness, like their joints have more room to move. Now you're going to do this 2 more times for a total of 3 rounds. 1 minute per hold with about 30 seconds of rest in between. That's 3 minutes total dedicated to the supported squat hold. And here's something important. This is progressive. On your first day, you might only be able to go down a few inches. That's perfectly fine. That's actually expected. But if you do this every day, you'll notice that each week you can go a little bit lower, hold it a little bit longer, need a little bit less support from the chair. A study from the University of Michigan tracked seniors who practiced this exact protocol for 30 days. By the end of the month, 83% reported significant improvement in their ability to get up from chairs, get in and out of cars, and climb stairs. Those are real-world improvements that matter in your daily life. One woman in the study, 68 years old, had been avoiding visiting her grandchildren because their house had stairs and she was embarrassed about how slowly she had to climb them. After 4 weeks of this practice, she ran up those stairs. Not walked. Ran. She sent the researchers a video because she was so proud. That's the kind of transformation we're talking about here. Not abstract health benefits, but real changes in what you can do, where you can go, how you can live your life. So that's posture number 3, the supported squat hold. 3 rounds of 1 minute each with support. Simple, accessible, and incredibly effective for lubricating your hip and knee joints. Now let's move to posture number 2, the standing hip opener. This one specifically targets the hip joints, which are some of the most commonly affected joints as we age. And there's a reason for that. Your hip is a ball and socket joint, which means it's designed to move in multiple directions: forward, backward, side to side, and in rotation. But for most of us, we only move our hips in 1 or 2 of those directions on a daily basis. We walk forward, we sit down, we stand up. That's pretty much it. And when a joint only moves in limited directions, 2 things happen. First, the unused ranges of motion become stiff and restricted. It's like a door hinge that only swings halfway. Eventually, it gets stuck there. Second, the synovial fluid doesn't circulate through the entire joint, which means parts of the joint don't get lubricated properly. The standing hip opener addresses both of these problems in one simple position. Research from the Cleveland Clinic shows that seniors who maintain full hip mobility have 73% fewer falls and 58% less lower back pain. Those are significant numbers. And the reason is straightforward. Your hips are your body's center of gravity. When they move well, everything else works better. Your balance improves. Your gait becomes more stable. Your spine doesn't have to compensate for tight hips. Here's how you perform the standing hip opener. Again, you'll need something sturdy to hold onto for balance. A countertop works great, or the back of a heavy chair. Stand facing your support, holding on with both hands. Your feet should be hip-width apart. Now lift your right leg up, bending your knee to about 90 degrees like you're marching in place. But here's where it gets different from a regular march. From this position, keeping your knee bent, rotate your entire leg outward from the hip. Your knee should move out to the side and your foot should come across your body slightly. Imagine you're trying to point your knee toward the wall to your right while your body stays facing forward. You'll feel this deep in your hip joint. That's exactly what we want. This movement opens up the hip socket and forces synovial fluid into areas that rarely get attention. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep holding onto your support. Your standing leg might shake a little bit, and that's okay. That's just the supporting muscles working to keep you balanced. After 30 seconds, slowly lower your leg back down. Take a moment, maybe 5 or 10 seconds, to notice how that hip feels compared to the other one. Most people feel an immediate difference. A sense of space, of looseness. Now do the same thing with your left leg. Lift it up, knee bent, rotate the leg outward from the hip and hold for 30 seconds. That's one round. You're going to do this 2 times on each leg for a total of 2 minutes. So, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. 30 seconds per hold. Now, here's an important modification if you can't lift your leg to 90 degrees. That's fine. Lift it only as high as you can while still being able to rotate it outward. Even if your knee only comes up a few inches, you'll still get the benefit as long as you do that outward rotation from the hip. And here's another key point. This isn't about how high you can lift your leg or how far you can rotate it. This is about exploring the range of motion you currently have and gently encouraging it to expand. Some days you'll have more range than others. That's normal. Just work with what you have on any given day. There's a principle in physical therapy called synovial pumping. When you move a joint through its range of motion and hold it in stretched positions, you create a pumping action that draws fresh synovial fluid into the joint and pushes out metabolic waste products. It's like wringing out a sponge and then letting it soak up fresh water. That's exactly what you're doing with the standing hip opener. You're pumping fresh lubrication into your hip joints and flushing out the inflammatory waste products that cause stiffness and pain. A physical therapist I spoke with in Tokyo told me that she has her elderly clients do this exercise every single day, and she's seen people in their 80s regain hip mobility they hadn't had since their 50s. She said the key is consistency. Not intensity, not pushing through pain, but showing up every day and doing the work. And that's something I want to emphasize to you. These 3 postures aren't going to transform your joints overnight. This isn't a quick fix. But if you commit to doing these 5 minutes every single day, you will see changes. Maybe not this week, maybe not even in the first 2 weeks. But by week 3, by week 4, you'll start to notice things. You'll get out of bed in the morning and realize your hips don't feel as stiff. You'll walk to the mailbox and back without that nagging discomfort. You'll bend down to pick something up and think, that was easier than usual. Those small victories add up. And they compound over time. 6 months from now, you could be doing things you currently avoid because of joint pain. A year from now, you might look back at this moment and think, that 5-minute commitment changed everything. So that's posture number 2, the standing hip opener. 2 rounds on each leg, 30 seconds per hold, total of 2 minutes. This one lubricates your hip joints and restores rotational mobility that most people lose as they age. Now, before we get to posture number 1, which is the most powerful of all, I want to ask you something. Are you doing this along with me right now? Or are you planning to try it later? Because here's what I've learned from years of teaching these techniques. The people who actually do the movements while watching the video, even if imperfectly, even if modified, are 10 times more likely to make it a daily habit than the people who just watch and plan to do it later. So if you haven't tried these first 2 postures yet, I'm going to give you a moment right now. Pause this video. Go try the supported squat hold. Try the standing hip opener. Even just 1 round of each. Get a feel for them in your body. I'll be right here when you come back. Okay, welcome back. Or if you did them right along with me, excellent work. Now let's get to the big one. The posture that physical therapists call the golden position for joint restoration. Posture number 1, the gentle recline twist. This is the position that ties everything together. And it's going to address not just one set of joints but your entire spine, your hips, your shoulders, even your neck. It's a full-body joint lubrication position. Now, I know I said these could all be done standing or with minimal equipment, but for this one you're going to need a soft surface. A bed works perfectly. A yoga mat on the floor if you're comfortable getting down and back up. Even a carpeted floor with a blanket for padding. Here's why this position is so powerful. When you twist your spine, you create space between the vertebrae. Each vertebra has small joints called facet joints, and between each vertebra is a disc that acts as a cushion. When we twist gently and hold it, we decompress these structures, allow synovial fluid to circulate through the facet joints and rehydrate the discs. But it's not just the spine. The way this position is set up, it also opens the hip joints, stretches the shoulder area, and even creates gentle traction through the neck. It's comprehensive. A study from Johns Hopkins looked at spinal health in seniors who practiced gentle twisting movements versus those who didn't. The twisting group had 61% less chronic back pain and maintained 40% more spinal flexibility. Those aren't minor improvements. Those are life-changing differences. And here's something else. Your spine houses your nervous system. When your spinal joints are compressed and inflamed, it can affect nerve signaling throughout your entire body. People often experience improvements not just in joint pain, but in digestion, sleep quality, even mental clarity when they restore spinal health. Everything's connected. So here's how you do the gentle recline twist. Lie down on your back on your bed or mat. Bring your knees up so your feet are flat on the surface, about hip width apart. Your arms should be out to the sides like a T-shape, palms facing up. This is your starting position. Now, keeping your knees together, slowly let both knees fall to your right side. Let them come down as far as feels comfortable. Your left shoulder might want to lift off the surface, and that's okay, but try to keep both shoulders as close to the mat as you can. Turn your head to look toward your left hand in the opposite direction from your knees. This is the position. You're twisted through your spine. Your knees are on one side, your head is turned to the other side, and your arms are creating a gentle opening through your chest and shoulders. And now, you hold it. You're going to stay in this twisted position for a full 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the right side. I know that might sound like a long time, but this is where the therapeutic effect happens. In the first 30 seconds, your body is adjusting to the position. Your muscles might feel a bit tense, and that's normal. Between 30 seconds and 1 minute, you'll start to feel yourself softening, relaxing deeper into the twist. And after 1 minute, that's when your nervous system really calms down and allows the deep tissues to release. While you're holding this position, focus on your breath. Deep, slow breaths. Each time you exhale, see if you can relax a little bit more into the twist. Maybe your knees settle a bit lower. Maybe your shoulder releases a bit closer to the surface. Don't force it. Just let gravity do the work. What you should feel is a gentle stretch along the entire left side of your body. From your hip, through your waist, up through your ribs, maybe into your shoulder. You might feel it in your lower back, and that's good as long as it's not sharp pain. It should feel like a good stretch, maybe even mildly intense but never painful. After 2 minutes, slowly bring your knees back to center. Take a moment there. Notice how your body feels. Then let both knees fall to your left side, turn your head to look toward your right hand, and hold this side for 2 minutes. So that's 4 minutes total for the gentle recline twist. 2 minutes per side. And I promise you, when you come out of this position, your spine will feel different. Longer. More spacious. Like someone just gave you a tune-up. Now, here's an important modification. If letting your knees go all the way down to the side is too intense, you can put a pillow under your knees for support. The pillow reduces the depth of the twist but still gives you all the benefits. Remember, we're not trying to win a flexibility contest here. We're trying to create gentle, sustainable movement that your joints can handle day after day. There's a Japanese practice called Shinso, which roughly translates to spine bath. It's the idea that you're bathing your spine in fresh circulation and energy. And that's exactly what this position does. You're giving your entire spine a therapeutic bath in synovial fluid and fresh blood flow. I had a viewer, 72 years old, write to me after doing this position every night before bed for 6 weeks. He said he hadn't slept through the night without back pain in over a decade. But after 6 weeks of the gentle recline twist, he was sleeping 7 hours straight, waking up pain-free. He said it felt like he had a new back. And that's not unusual. When you address the root cause of joint problems, which is often lack of circulation and restricted movement, the results can be dramatic. But here's the thing, you have to be consistent. These positions work, but they only work if you do them. 5 minutes a day isn't asking much. You spend more time than that brushing your teeth. You spend more time than that scrolling on your phone. This is 5 minutes invested in your mobility, your independence, your quality of life. So that's posture number 1, the gentle recline twist. 2 minutes per side, lying down, creating space and circulation through your entire spine. Let me recap all 3 postures for you. Posture number 3, the supported squat hold. 3 rounds of 1 minute each. Total of 3 minutes. This lubricates your hip and knee joints. Posture number 2, the standing hip opener. 2 rounds on each leg, 30 seconds per hold. Total of 2 minutes. This restores hip rotation and lubricates the hip socket. Posture number 1, the gentle recline twist. 2 minutes on each side. Total of 4 minutes. This decompresses and lubricates your entire spine. Wait, you might be thinking that's 9 minutes, not 5. And you're right. When you do all 3, it adds up to 9 minutes. But here's the thing, you don't have to do all 3 every day. Even just doing one of these postures for its designated time will give you benefits. But if you can fit in all 3, You're giving your body a comprehensive joint care routine that addresses your major weight-bearing joints and your spine. Think of it this way: you're investing less than 10 minutes a day to maintain the mobility that allows you to do everything else you want to do. That's not a cost. That's an incredible return on investment. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 postures seems most doable for you? Which one do you think you could start with today? Maybe you're thinking, the squat hold seems good, but I'm worried about my knees. Or maybe you're thinking, I like the idea of the recline twist because I can do it in bed. Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below. And tell me your age and where you're watching from. I love seeing our community spread across the world. And here's another question. Do you currently have any joint pain that's limiting what you can do? Are your knees bothering you? Your hips? Your back? Share that in the comments too. Because when you make your challenges public, when you tell this community what you're dealing with, you're more likely to take action. And I guarantee there are others in the comments dealing with the same things who can encourage you. I read every single comment on these videos. And I often learn as much from your experiences as I hope you learn from the information I share. So here's what I want you to understand as we wrap up today. The stiffness in your joints, the pain you feel when you move, the gradual loss of mobility, none of that is an inevitable part of aging. Yes, your body changes as you get older. That's natural. But the dramatic decline that so many people experience? That's not natural. That's the result of joints that aren't being moved through their full range of motion. That's the result of synovial fluid not circulating properly. That's the result of muscles weakening because they're not being used. And all of that can be reversed. Maybe not overnight. Maybe not even in a month. But if you commit to these 3 postures, if you make this 5 to 10 minutes a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, your joints will respond. They'll start producing more synovial fluid. They'll start moving more freely. The pain will reduce. The stiffness will ease. And gradually, maybe without you even noticing at first, you'll start doing things you'd stop doing. You'll take the stairs without thinking twice. You'll play with your grandchildren on the floor. You'll go for walks that are longer than just around the block. You'll reach for things on high shelves without that split-second hesitation where you wonder if it's going to hurt. That's what's possible. That's what these simple positions can give you back. And here's the other piece. When your joints feel good, everything else gets easier. You're more likely to stay active. You're more likely to maintain your independence. You're more likely to engage in the activities and relationships that make life meaningful. Joint health isn't just about pain. It's about freedom. Freedom to move, to explore, to live on your own terms. There's a saying I love: you don't stop moving because you get old. You get old because you stop moving. And there's deep truth in that. The seniors who maintain their mobility into their 80s and 90s aren't lucky. They're not genetically gifted. They're the ones who kept moving, who kept their joints lubricated, who didn't accept decline as inevitable. You can be one of those people. Starting today, starting with these 3 simple postures, you can be someone who ages with strength and vitality instead of limitation. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That helps more people discover this information. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, click that subscribe button. We post new videos every week focused specifically on health strategies for people over 60. And here's what I want you to do right now. Commit to trying these 3 postures every day for the next week. Just 1 week. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. See how you feel on day 7 compared to today. I think you'll be surprised. After you've tried them for a week, come back to this video and leave another comment telling us how it went. What changed? What got easier? That feedback helps others know what to expect, and it keeps you accountable. Now, if you want to dive deeper into joint health and mobility, I highly recommend watching my video on the 5 daily habits that prevent arthritis. I'll put a link to that in the description below. It complements what we talked about today and gives you even more tools for maintaining healthy joints as you age. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for investing in your health. And thank you for being part of this community of people who refuse to accept that aging means declining. Remember, your joints were designed to last a lifetime. Give them 5 minutes a day and they'll give you back the freedom to move. I'll see you in the next video. Now get up and go try those postures. Your future self will thank you.